Hello, everybody. We're going to start our lesson. I'm sorry for being a little bit late. I was kind of busy, you know, praying stuff. So, um, so we're going to start our lesson, which actually, we'll definitely continue doing our writing skills because still I can feel that most of you have lots of problems. I can feel that Kamala is doing well. Kamala, good job. Keep on working like that. Your writing has improved a lot. Uh, I know exactly that you have done before, but you are doing much better now. You are improving it every day. I can see that you have great shift from the place with where you were and now where you are. But by the way, what about the rest of you? Feel like Shahnor, Jasur, you're here, guys, and the rest of the guys who are in this group don't really take this chance like seriously. You guys need to be a little bit, serious about your stuff. You guys need to be a little bit considering that you're going to have your IELTS very soon, and this chance of being alone at home and studying is not going to repeat again. You are about to make your dream come true. Please use it. But before we start the lesson, I want to ask you a question. Why aren't you participating actively? What is the problem? Shohnur, Jasur, Mazam. I've talked to Munira yesterday. She presented her problems. She told me exactly what her problems are, why she can't participate in writing very actively. She stated exactly what problems she has. Um, but maybe you guys share your problems also. Why don't you write? Why don't you be active in writing skills? Please comment it in a chat box. I just want to know exactly what are the problems that you face. If you guys, Kamala and Munira, if you guys have any further questions or problems that you're facing with writing, you can write it also because, I need to know exactly what problems you guys have because otherwise you will not improve. If you know exactly what your problems are and what are the difficulties that you're facing, you know what to work with. But if you don't know exactly what your problem is, then you don't know what to improve, what to work on. And to find out what the problem is, you actually need to start writing. Our chat room is really silent now. It's like Uzbeks say, "Suq uyandayım." You guys need to start writing, telling me, Shahnur Mozam Jasur, what is the problem? Why aren't you writing essays? I haven't got your essays. I didn't get your essays. Last time I told you you have four essays to write. Only, I guess, Kamala and Mubarak um, take this chance serious and send me there. I have no problem. And why don't you write? Mozam, why don't you write? Let me check if I received anything from you, Mozam. Mozam, yes, we have talked about one issue with you, but I didn't get any essays from you these days. What's the problem of? I'm sorry, I will do it and send. Okay, I gave you last time. I gave you a deadline. I'm not going to accept the essays that I have given you last lesson because the deadline was until the lesson begins. So those who have already sent, they will be checked, but those who haven't sent, that you will have another number of essays. So you need to work with them because the deadlines are deadlines. You need to be strict, otherwise you will not improve. Mozam, I got you. Okay, so you have no problem related to writing. What about the rest? Jasur, Shahnor, what about the rest of you guys? What kind of problems do you guys have? Why don't you write essays? Just tell me, because if you guys don't tell me what the problems are, then I don't know. I can't help you. It's just imagine we've got already 1 month of our wasted time. If you look at that way, our lessons have begun on 23rd of April, January, February, April. Our lessons have begun on 23rd of April. It's already a month already. Yeah, 7 days left until the end of the month. But uh, ask yourself a question: what have I learned during this 3 weeks? 3 weeks of quarantine period. What have I learned in this 3 weeks of lesson? And exactly, I know that some of you can even tell yourself that you haven't learned anything because you haven't done anything. If you do something, you can see what the problems are. You can exactly identify, okay, I have a problem in body part. For example, I guess Munira won't mind if I share her problems. Munira told me yesterday, teacher, I have a problem with writing a body part of the essay. Uh, with the introduction, I guess she has no problem because she understood everything clearly. We've done a lot of lessons related to writing your introduction part of the essay. But she said, and she shared her problem with me, and I asked, can you send me your introduction part to see what you have written in your introduction? That's going to reflect in your writing in your body parts because the things that you have written in your introduction, imagine you have done your introduction part. In your introduction part, you write what you want to write in your body parts. You've got your paraphrased question, which is a background statement. That's called background statement. In some books, it's called background statement. In some cases, it's called paraphrased sentence. So you paraphrase the sentence, then you write the thesis statement. Yes, you write your opinion or what you want to write in your essay. So when you give your essay statement, thesis statement, you are showing which things you want to write. So let's try to analyze one of the questions today with you and then see how well you can do with the today we will try to focus on your writing skills, which is on body parts. Okay, so Shahnur, Jasur, you guys want to comment? What are the problems that you have? Kumush has joined recently. You guys need to tell me exactly. Maybe you guys have some kind of problems. What are the problems? If you think that you don't have any problems, then you have to start writing it. Well, and then I can identify what your problems are. Shaknur and Jasur, I think you guys have any like connection problems? Is the internet good over there? Jasur, Shaknur, Kumush, is everything fine with you guys? Hello? Yeah. Kumush, yes, everything is fine. Good. Only Kumush responded. Respond. Kumush, do you have any problems related to writing? What is the problem? Can you tell me? Can you share with your friends? What is the problem? Lack of ideas. Okay, so that's idea generation was and is and will be the problem because you are not actually considering and you're not taking IELTS as a simple test. Many of you, like from around the globe, most of the people think IELTS wants you to generate a great idea. Teacher, sorry, I have a problem. My problem is internet speed. It is badly. Yeah, I know. Um, internet is a problem not only around Uzbekistan, it's a problem, I guess, everywhere in the world because everyone is using internet these days. Um, hopefully, you can later watch the video again, rewatch the video because I'm going to upload it on the YouTube channel. It's my problem, teacher. No, it's not your problem. Don't worry, Shahner. It's not your problem. It's problem which is everyone facing like today. But you know, you can't say exactly that internet is influencing on your writing skills. Internet is not directly influencing on your writing skills. If you had no chance to watch this video online, please go and watch it on our YouTube channel. You can rewatch it and learn how to do it, and then write. Writing for writing, internet is not a problem. Lack of ideas. Just for I'm waiting your reason. Also, I need to know exactly each one of your reason. Why aren't you writing? If you're lazy, tell me. I am lazy. That's why I'm not writing. Be honest. If you're honest, you will achieve something. If you're not honest, that's gonna like it's more like a cheating to yourself. You're lying to yourself, saying like I think internet is a problem. Or I think I have lack of ideas. I think I have something. You know, be honest. If you're a lazy person, say I'm a lazy person. I'm not working on myself. And then you have to better that skill. You have to make a better decision to remove that laziness from your inside. Okay? Yeah, maybe it's laziness. Yeah, no, it's not maybe. Uh, Trust me, for 90% of you, I'm not saying 100, for 90% of you, you guys are very lazy. Because that life is getting that like that. The technology, the magic of technology is making people more and more lazy because you feel like if I watch the video, I will become genius. No, you will not become a genius watching this video only. You have to work on your skills. You have to try to improve your skills. And how? By writing. If you write, you will identify what your problems are in the reality. Like I know exactly that Monira is trying to write. That's why she knows exactly that she has a problem with body part. She has a problem how to write the body part. That's what she is doing on herself. She's writing. She knows exactly that this is a problematic thing for her. If you guys start writing, you will start identifying, okay, I think I have a lack of grammar or I have a lack of vocabulary, but lack of ideas. Kumush, I'm not making a joke on you or I'm not laughing at what you said. This seems to be like that. This is just a thing that seems to be a lack, but a lack of vocabulary, lack of grammar, that is not that lack of knowledge in grammar. I'm sorry, you can't have a lack of grammar. You can have a lack of knowledge in grammar. Um, that could be a lack, but in lack of ideas, as I told you, if you feel like I have a lack of ideas, you are not a person who have been living who has been living in this world for more than 20 years. You haven't been living. It's like you have been sitting all your life in a quarantine period, in a quarantine, without watching TV, without going to internet, without looking to anything that is related to the surrounding environment. You are not a human, living human. It's not. Trust me. I will tell you this. IELTS is a test which takes questions from general things. It's not a question which is like out of the universe. It's not from another planet. I know why it seems to you like that. Be honest. I will tell you one thing, then you all start having this smile on your face. Because when you feel you have a lack of idea, why do you feel like that? Monira, listen to me carefully. Everyone is listening to me. Is it fine? Can you hear everything's cool? Can you please type plus? Yes. Great. Monira, she says, right. Yes, come on, good. Okay, so if these guys can hear me, then the rest of you can do. So what I'm saying is, listen to this part of my speech. Then you're gonna have a smile on your face. Why do you feel like there is a lack of idea? Because when you read a sample essay, when you watch, I mean, I'm sorry, not watch, but when you read or when you search on internet, there are so many samples for some questions. There are some genius essays, and when you read this, and when you compare your essay with that sample, You feel like you're a stupid person. You couldn't write anything. Comparing to that sample, you'll feel yourself like below an elementary or below the beginner level. You feel yourself like, I think um, I don't have any ideas. I feel like my ideas are just like a trash that I don't even throw to my trash bin. It's like they will find me if I throw this to the trash because this is a very, very bad trash. And when you read the sample, you'll feel like, oh, I think this is someone who came from another universe who wrote this ideas. Um, because on the net, on the books, you will find these kind of things to impress you. They want to make like they want to impress you, show that okay, they have done something very well, and they have done something which is like you have to think of. But in the reality, I'm telling you again, IELTS doesn't want you to create something new. You don't want to make a hook, you don't want to write a hook, something interesting, because you don't have enough time. IELTS doesn't want you to create some great ideas. You have only 40 minutes to present your idea. Here, it's not the idea generation process. It's not a new idea generation process. It's just those ideas that you have been living with. Just put it in the right place, support it with example, and give an explanation. Why do you think that it's like that? Many people think it's a problem because you feel your ideas are simple. You feel your if someone reads your idea, they're going to laugh at this ideas, or you're afraid to say that it's your idea. Don't worry. Everything that comes to your mind first is a good idea. I always tell you, you have two methods in order to improve your idea generation. You work with either you work with a coffee shop method, and another one, if you remember, I told you you have to think broadly. What people think about this? What would my friend, or what would my mother or dad, or my neighbor, or anyone surrounding me would answer to this question? How would they answer to this question? What would they say? Exactly. Sometimes you can ask this question. Um, exactly. If you want to tell your parents that you want to go to somewhere abroad, what would they say now? They say, "Are you stupid? It's like quarantine everywhere, like coronavirus all around the world." They're going to say no because they have one, two, three, four factors to reject your, I say, your desire in this case. So again, you can ask yourself, what would that person say to this question? What would that person? Just imagine anyone. Just you can even imagine someone who's really like um, person who can give you good advice. Uh, do you have anyone who gives you advice all the time? Talk to that person in your mind and ask what would that person say to this question, because um, that's the way. This is the second way. First way is the coffee shop method. Second way is asking from someone in your brain, what would that person think about this? Okay, so uh, we're going to look at one of the questions. Guys, if you have questions, don't worry. It's totally fine. Just write it, just text it to me. I will do my best in order to help you. I will know exactly. Thank you very much, Munira. You are great. You always share your opinion. You always give me your thoughts about your everything that you want to know. You share it with me, and that's great because I know exactly. Okay, she has this problem, and I think of this. I think how to help you. I think of the ways to improve your skills. You give me a great opportunity to work on myself. That's great. But the rest of you, you don't even want to work. You don't even want to let me work. You guys don't work yourself. You lie on a coach like a coach potato, and then you don't even want to make me work on you. So that's kind of interesting. Okay, so let's take a look at Cambridge IELTS 2. test one. We didn't do test one with the previous group because uh, they are the same lazy as you guys, and we've done test three. So if you guys have that was a question from Munira, I guess. If you guys have any questions related to IELTS Cambridge 1 test 3, please watch my previous video. I'm going to upload it later on YouTube. But at the same time, I just want to remind today we're going to have a webinar with some of the experts, I guess. I don't know exactly who is going to speak. I know exactly it's going to be provided by IDP, but you have to participate. That it's going to make your English better, your IELTS better. So please participate. So we've got a question over here. The question is, fatherhood ought to be emphasized as much as motherhood. The idea that women are solely responsible for deciding whether or not to have babies leads on to the idea that they are also responsible for bringing the children up. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Okay, so I'm not going to teach you what to do with introduction. You will try to do it yourself. I'm not going to tell anything to you. I'm just going to do what? Um, I'm partly going to end our lesson right here and say, okay, you guys are going to do these steps. Okay, so I'm going to get them within, let's say, 15 minutes. Is it going to be enough? Yeah, I think 15 minutes will be enough. So I'll give you exactly 15 minutes. After 2 minutes, I will start counting. It's going to be 16:50, and then you will have a 15 minutes for doing this tasks. Number one task: you're going to analyze the question yourself. Are you writing? Are you writing it down? Please write it down. You have to do your task that you need to do. First, you need to analyze the question and give me what type of question it is. Type of question, number one. Number two, analyze the question. Tell me what's the general idea and what's the specific idea of this question. Number two. Number three, what you're going to do, make the question easier. Create or write an easier question, which is really understandable for everybody. Okay, number three, create an easier question. Number four, what you're gonna do, write down synonyms for every specific keyword. Write down synonyms for every specific keyword. Okay, specific keywords. Write down synonyms. And number five, what you're gonna do, you are going to write your structure. Please write down your structure. Number five, structure. And number six, the last one for today, for now, is to present your introduction. Write your introduction. We've got 6 things you need to do. You remember what to do? Do you remember? Did you manage to write? Munira, good. Yes. What about the others? Could you hear what I said? 6 things that you need to do. Okay, I'll give you 20 minutes. Which structure? The structure that you're going to use for this essay, not which, the structure which you want to use for this essay, your structure. You want to write what structure you are going to use. Introduction, this, body, this is this, and conclusion, this things. Okay, number 4. What was number 4? Who can repeat? What was the number 4 thing? Can you repeat number, please? 1, please. Number 1. What was number 1 and number 4? Kamala, number 4 was synonyms. Yes, number 4 was synonyms. Write down synonyms. Yes. Number 1. Yes. Number 1 is what type of question it is. We have 6 types of questions: opinion, agree, disagree. Yes. What are they? So you know exactly. Great. And number 2. No, number 2, we should analyze. Number 1, you should analyze type of question. Number 2, You have to analyze general idea and a general topic and specific topic. Great, great. Um, those who have written it down fully, I will ask, please just take a picture of the tasks that you need to do and send it to the Telegram group that we have. Please take a picture and then send it to the Telegram group. I will give you exactly 20 minutes. Okay, so we've got, it's 16:52. 20 minutes. In 20 minutes, guys, you need to be specific. In 20 minutes, send me your results. I will send you the invitation in 20 minutes, and at that time, before I send the invitation, please, I ask you to send me your results. So it's 10 minutes. So, okay, so it's going to be 17 uh 13, 17 13. Okay, so we've got 20 minutes. Go ahead and do your task. Great. For those who are not watching this online, who's going to watch this later, offline from YouTube, please take your time, pause it here, 20 minutes, write down the same thing that we're going to do now with the students, and then continue watching this yourself. Please do it. Don't stop working on yourself. See you guys in 20 minutes. Listen. So I have started recording. This is the second part. I hope you have taken your time. I gave you even more than expected. But actually, every time when you do this kind of task, you need to always be responsible and try to make it on time, because that's how you're going to improve. I'm gonna ask you one more question. I gave you 6 tasks to do, and there was one thing that I didn't give you. So I thought you guys will ask me, um, what didn't I give you to do? What didn't I tell you to do? What did we actually miss in this part of the task? There's one thing missing. Who noticed that? Tell me, just write it on the text box. Ideas. Great, yes. Idea generation. Of course, you guys need to generate ideas before you write your structure, or even you write when even before you write your essay introduction. So Munira, in your piece of paper, put it. Uh, 1 second. One second, please. 1 second. Okay, so I was saying, you should definitely work on your idea generation process, because as yeah, when you're I was asking you to correct it. Yeah, you should have the structure always, so that you always have your this piece of paper should be your, like, instruction. You should always look at that piece of paper and say, okay, these are the things that I need to do. Great. So the piece of paper that Monira have sent you before, uh, teacher of your, yeah, you are halal. Okay, so, is Samandar is writing that he's going to join or watch or whatever later. Great. So we're going to analyze. Some of you did good job. I have checked, but some of you still did not that good job, because you still the problem is with analyzing the question. What is the specific topic and what is the general topic of the question? So I'm going to show you what I have done with you guys together during the break time. Um, so here we go. I'm not gonna see. If you wish, I can later look at your answers and analyze them. So here is the steps that we need to do. So this is an opinion essay. I wrote it down like this. I hope you can see. I'll just make it a little bit bigger. Yeah. Is it clear? Can you see the screen? Is everyone like is it fine for everybody? Okay. Munira, yes. Munira, because you have I guess you're watching it through your PC. Um, then you have a bigger screen, which is more clear for clear more than the others. So yeah, good. So the first thing they need to do is to analyze what type of question it is. So as soon as you analyze, this is an opinion essay. Why do you need that? Because if you know exactly what type of question it is, you know exactly which structure you're going to use, what kind of structure. Basically, the structures are not that different. They don't have a big difference between them. That's why here I wrote, I know how to write an opinion essay structure. So I didn't really need to write it down. But it's not your task. It's not what you need to do because you guys, I know I have to see exactly that you know how to do it because you're not going to do that structure writing in your real essay in your real test because you don't have that much time. We're trying to save as much as possible. So what you need to do exactly is better to right now you can still write down the structures, spend a little bit more time, but later when you write down what type of question it is, you're not going to strictly paying attention to the structure of the essay. So the general topic of the question is fatherhood and motherhood. Some of you did like responsibility, who's more responsible, who's less responsible. That's the specific topic. It's let's take a look at the question back. Let's go back to the question and take a look again. What the some of you had a mistake like fatherhood ought to be emphasized as much as motherhood. Okay, so let's take an example of any of you. Yeah, let's take an example of Mozam. Agree or disagree opinion? Yeah, this is an agree and disagree opinion essay. Great. Responsibility to bring the child is general idea. No, this is more like a specific idea. The general idea is the topic that you don't want to talk. You don't want to write about it. General idea is a idea which is not going to be touched in this very essay. In this essay, you're going to write about the specific topic. So fatherhood and motherhood are the general topic. We're not going to talk what is fatherhood like, what is motherhood like, what does it look like, and how does it really work. The specific topic here it says the idea that women are solely responsible for deciding whether or not to have babies. The idea, for example, here it's saying that these days only women decide to have a baby or not to have a baby. Not like men are responsible for this. It's like it says these days only women uh, encourage the family or the couple or the like their second part of their family to have a baby, and that doesn't mean that they're also responsible to bring the children up. You understand? So you need to deeply understand what the question is really asking you. Some of you, I guess, you didn't really understand what the question is asking from you. The question is saying that nowadays women are responsible for the decision. Like they are saying, "I want to have a baby," and then um, men say, "Okay, have it. I don't care." And because they said, "I want to have a baby," it's now relying on their responsibility to bring the child up, because later that the male part of the family can say, "Oh, that was your decision. You wanted to have a baby. Take a look and grow that, rise the children up yourself." That's what the essay is saying. The idea that women are responsible for deciding whether or not to have babies lead to, you should identify. It's this thing until here, the idea that women are responsible for deciding whether or not to have babies. This is the subject part of the sentence. This all from here, I just want to take it, you understand. The idea that women are solely responsible for deciding whether or not to have babies. Here, this part, from here to here, this is the subject part of the sentence. The main verb, is this one, leads. Pay attention. The main verb always plays the main role in the sentence. In your sentence, leads to the idea. It leads, it pushes you up to that idea that they are also responsible for bringing the children up. Like, only women are responsible for bringing the children up because it's their decision, because they decide to have a baby. Is this correct? Do you agree with this or disagree with this? Do you agree that women should be responsible for children, or fathers should be as responsible as women? Here it's already saying that women are responsible. The question is not asking who's more responsible. It's saying fathers ought to be as much as motherhood, as much as motherhood. In this essay, it's saying mothers are already responsible. They are doing a lot for their children. They are taking care of their children. They are growing them up. They're rising them up themselves. Should the fathers be emphasized to be the same as responsible as mothers? So you should understand, it's not asking who is more responsible. It's asking, should the fathers be as responsible as mothers? Do you understand? Do you get it now? Did you get it, guys? Okay, so you need to really deeply think. Take your time. Take your time. Don't rush. Some of you really, most of you, trust me, most of you didn't understand the question. In deep within the question, it's saying another thing than what you understood. So you're saying, most of you are saying, who's more responsible? Let's just take a look. Okay, I'm not gonna criticize anyone's opinion, but I just want to see. Okay, fatherhood and motherhood, great. Specific topic, responsibility for deciding whether or not to have babies and bringing the children up. Um, Father's responsibility. Okay, not the mother's responsibility, but father's responsibility is a specific topic. Okay, good. Thank you. Great. Mubarak. Wow, you have even written an essay, I guess. Why do we need these flowers? Um, Specific question. Yeah. Women can decide whether to give birth to them or not, and about whether to no. This is not the specific question again. I guess you understood what I explained. If you didn't understand, please type it here. I will explain once again. English podcast. This is full of fake. Yeah. What's this? Coronavirus. I didn't get anything from any other people. What about the rest of you guys? Who else? Did you send anything? Yeah, Kumash, great. Um, Type of question, agree, disagree, great. And specific, equality of responsibility, general, whether or not to have baby. Yeah, well, again, you have to talk about the equality of responsibility. This is the specific topic. General topic is again, this is motherhood and fatherhood. We don't want to talk about what is it to be like a father and a mother. It's like fathers are as responsible as mothers. This is the specific topic. Okay, mother's responsibility here doesn't really play a big role. So mother's responsibility is a general topic. You can take it as a general topic. We're not going to talk about mother's responsibility. The question from the beginning, it says, okay, so just yeah, thank you. Um, in general, fathers emphasize as much as mothers. That's not general. This is specific. Fathers emphasized as much as mothers. This is specific topic. General topic, again, I'm telling you, you don't want to write about general topic. You want to write about specific topic. So fathers emphasize as much as mothers. This is at specific topic. Yes, I didn't understand the question. That is my big mistake. Yeah. Um, take your time, guys. Take your time. Don't rush. Don't rush to make a decision. Don't rush to write your essay. This is a task achievement. Then you're gonna fail. I'm telling you hundreds of times. If you fail from task achievement, you're gonna lose 25% of your score, which leads already, which means 5.5, 6.5, a maximum 6.5. Well, but you're not gonna make maximum out of three, the rest of the three yeah, marking criteria. I'm sorry, marking criteria like cohesion and coherence, vocabulary and grammar. You're not gonna make 100% out of all the three if you fail one part. So then later you can say, Mr. Kozum, I failed. I'm sorry. What? I don't know what to do. Because you didn't understand the question. You need to understand the question. You guys all have this rushing mode. You should start it and you should directly do it. Hold your horses, guys. Hold your horses. Don't shake a leg. I'm teaching you some idioms, and they are very related to this topic. Don't shake a leg. Hold your horses. Come on. Opinion general. General is with not J but G. Mother's responsibility. Yep. Specific. Who is more responsible for raising children? No. Specific is the father more responsible as mother. Specific. Okay. Now I guess you guys have understood my point of view. You have deeply considered the task. Now you can switch on to the next part of the question. So first of all, you need to identify exactly. Take your time. It can be like 5 minutes. Think of it. Put that pencil and this paper away. Put them away. Um, think carefully. Think. Okay, what is it asking? What's the question? Don't go too deep. Don't go too deep. جا uzoqqa ketib qolmanglar. Juda uzoqqa ketib qoladigan bo'lsanglar, u ham uzoqqa olib ketib qoladi sizlarni. Yana ham qiynalib qoladi. O'shaning uchun ham sizlarda ideya yaxshi chiqmaydi-da. Ideya yaxshi chiqmasligini sababi yana aytmoqman sizlarga. Bir marta aytdim, ikkinchi marta yana qaytaraman. Birinchidan juda ko'p narsani o'ylab qolishinglar. Ikkinchidan sizlar ichiga kirib ketaverishinglar. Birinchi sizlar o'ylashinglar kerak bo'lgan narsa ideyani o'ylashinglar emas. Sizlar savolni yaxshilab tushunish uchun vaqt olinglar. Mana bitta narsani uh, put them away. Okay, put them away. Think. Take your 5 minutes. Think. Okay, what is the question really asking me? Got it now. Great. Now take a piece of paper. Write down those ideas that come to your mind first. Okay, what I did is I wrote down responsibility for deciding to have a baby. Okay, so you can even write it father's responsibility to decide uh, for deciding to have a baby. Easier question: should fathers be as responsible in making decision to have a baby as mothers, and to rise them up? To rise them up. Yes, the question here it's also saying they because mothers are solely deciding to have a baby, it's becoming their responsibility to bring the children up. Yeah, should it be the father's responsibility? Do I agree or not? And if I agree or not, why or not? So I'm asking myself a question. Do I agree with this? Yes. And why? Here are the reasons. So I didn't write the structure. I know how to write an essay. opinion essay structure, so I just left it because I don't want to spend my time. You guys have to do it anyway, because don't do it like me. You don't want to sound like an expert by writing. I know how to write an essay, opinion essay structure, so I don't need to really take my time and use for nonsense. You don't want to sound like an expert. You are a student right now. Later, when you become in my place, hopefully you can do it. Okay. Idea generation. Birth rates fall down. So I wrote down birth rates fall down. If imagine if it only lies on the shoulders of mothers to have a baby, and fathers say, "Okay, I don't care. It's your okay." So if mothers say, fathers say, "I don't care. It's your responsibility. If you want to have a baby, go ahead and have it." Mothers would say, "No, I don't want to," and then the birth rate falls down. Okay, so there will be less like people burning. Okay, later fathers have their own role in front of a child. Fathers have their own role because mothers have their own role. Fathers have their own role. Like they have to teach something which needs to be taught by a father. So they have their own role. So this is also very important in like educating the child. A child must be financially supported because mother herself might not be able to support the child with everything because she's the only person, and well, she needs to take care of herself and the child, and there might be many more children. So there's a responsibility that lies. Okay. And the next one, feeling less comfort with other friends who have both parents. Yeah, well, if there is a, there could be some kind of obesity. Uh, you have no father or no mother. No, when you play with your friends, the childhood, so there could be some obesity. So you can take some of your ideas that you have generated and then you start writing. So that's the introduction part that I have written myself. Again, I don't want to give you that impression to have like, because he is an alien from another world, he writes this kind of an essay or he writes this kind of a good introduction. I don't want to give you this expression or I'm sorry, impression, to feel like, okay, he's an alien. I am a stupid person. I can't do it. I know I have never ideas. No, it takes time. Again, think how you would do it. So I didn't write my best. I tried to do the worst that I can do, not the best. Again, I have done the worst that I can do. So here is the introduction. The male part of the humanity must be highlighted. I'm directly using all the synonyms as much as possible to paraphrase the male part. So we have the question here: fatherhood ought to be emphasized. I'm just writing the male part of the humanity instead of fatherhood. Must be instead of sorry, instead of ought to be, I am writing must be. Instead of emphasized, I'm writing highlighted. Instead of well, I didn't paraphrase as much as, I just wrote as much as the female part, just using some synonyms. When it comes, I didn't end my sentence, I just continued. When it comes to making decision on whether or not having children, as much highlighted as mothers. Rising, educating, supporting a child has to be the responsibility of those parents, respectively. Respectively, it's like you know what respectively means. It should be uh, divided equally to both sides. Yes, because and then you're going to write your opinion. Why? Because of this things. You can use any of the ideas that I have or any of the ideas that you have, and then you start writing. So when you're writing, now let's shift on to writing. Okay, so Is everything clear until now? If you have anything to be checked, if you want me to look to your written assignment that you have done during the break time, let me know. I will do it right now. But if you feel like, okay, just go into the next part of the lesson, I will just go to the next part. If you want me to check yours, just let me know and check mine. Munira. Munira, I guess I checked yours. Was I guess I gave you some feedback. Mm, was What do you think? In today's society, both parents play an equal role in the family life to bring up the children. So you see, you made a mistake because the question is not saying that they play the same role. The question is saying mothers are more emphasized than fathers. The question is saying fathers should be emphasized as mothers. So you made a mistake right from the beginning. You're saying they're now playing the same role. So this is going to be a big mistake. It's really showing that you didn't understand the question just right from the beginning. Maybe you don't have a grammar mistake. Maybe you don't have a vocabulary failure, but you have a understanding mistake. It is important to share their responsibility equally to make their children as a good citizen or of tomorrow. Well, here you transformed your answer a little bit to a better side. Therefore, I agree with the statement that looking after the, with the statement that looking after the children, looking after children without article, looking after children is the shared responsibility is the shared responsibility of the parents. Therefore, I agree with the statement that looking after children is or should be shared uh, respectively among parents. Okay, so we've got some a little bit structure mistakes in grammar here. Monira, general topics. What do you think fathers also responsible for bringing children up? Yep, fathers are also responsible. Yeah, good. Parents would be emphasized. Planning intro. Good. The idea of society, fathers should extend into the importance of channels like parents, their mothers, and its total responsibility that the children with help of their parents. In my opinion, now men both are capable of bringing up their children. Okay, so you're just saying that both women and men are capable. Capable bo'lsa sal boshqacharoq ma'noga ega. Capable degani qo'ldan keladi. To'g'ri, qo'ldan keladi, lekin shuni qilmayapti deb aytyapti-ku. Ya'ni the question is saying that men are not doing it. Men are not taking as much responsibility as mothers. So we know that they're capable. They can do it, but we're not talking about whether they can or can't. We're talking about they have to be responsible for this, and they have to feel that responsibility to bring the child up together. So here, yeah, you should pay attention, and then you also need to give two reasons why you think so. Why you think that this is their responsibility. Okay. Um, okay. Now, I'm not gonna end this lesson right now. Oh God, we've got. Okay, so I can give you one more chance. What we're gonna do is we'll give you some time to write the whole essay, um, and then we will continue our lesson. Um, Before the webinar starts, I will give you another 30 minutes to prepare to write your essays. After 30 minutes, we're going to do another 30 minutes of lesson. before the webinar starts, and then we will directly go to webinar together. So I want you guys to take your 30 minutes of time until 6:30 and write your essay. Just write your essay, whole essay. I guess you understood the main points that I gave you, and then we're going to look and work on your essays together. Try to be as fast as possible because we don't have that much time until 7. Do you guys have any questions before we go to break? I mean, again, this break is not for you. This is for me. Um, you're gonna write your essay in this period of time. No questions, I guess. Okay, then if you have no questions, I'm gonna see you in 30 minutes right here in Zoom again. Uh, Try to do your best and write your essay.